welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Divine Feminine 101 on YouTube. Welcome back. I hope you all had a good week. It's been a bit of a chilly day, so yes. So I have time to do my video, catch up on my videos today. So I'm also trying to keep the videos very short. I think a few people actually said to me that it may be a bit too long for some people. Well, and I put that into consideration. Yes, I understand that, especially for somebody. It's a new channel, so obviously, if it gets too long and does not get to the point on time, it might be a bit boring. So anyway, so I'm keeping that in mind. So I'm keeping the video short today. Also, where you can watch the video on IGTV on Instagram at Bethany Whispers, all one word. That's Bethany and Whispers, all one word. Strange name, yes, I know. But anyway, so let's get to it. Today we wanted to talk about the difference between the different types of narcissists. You have the covert and the overt narcissist. So we just need to look at the difference. Although today I'm only going to be doing a video on this video, I'm only going to be doing a video on the overt narcissist, so I can keep it quite short. So my next video, which I promise I will post this week, my next video will be on the covert narcissist. So yeah, so we'll see how everything ties up together. From the former videos, we've talked about self-love, we talked about spirituality, and how it all mixes up together with narcissism. So we'll get to all that. So anyway, so today we're looking at the overt narcissist. They're the more type of your grandiose and better than everybody else kind of narcissist, openly in your face kind of person. The covert, however, I think are the more dangerous ones, because they're very subtle, very under the radar, and most of the time the damage would have been done before you even realize what's actually going on. So modern psychology actually disregards covert narcissism altogether because it's hidden. You can't detect it. It's really hidden. They use this psychological evaluation called the DSM. I think, yes, the DSM, and it doesn't cover the covert type of narcissist. It's a hidden kind of behavior, which makes it a lot more dangerous. And for me, that's actually where the spirituality part of it kicks in. So anyway, so the difference, your overt narcissist, if you just remember over and cover, which means the covert is the covered one. So your overt narcissist, the overt is the openly arrogant, insensitive, self-absorbed, kind of person. They're the kind of people you call not wolf in sheep's clothing. It's wolf in wolf's clothing. That sort of thing, your typical bully sort of thing, openly grandiose and explicitly abusive. Very, very abusive. From verbal abuse to whatever it is. Yeah. So, typically just gives the impression nobody's better than me kind of person. Very self-absorbed. They don't care about anybody else or anything else. They're just so into themselves. And then you wonder, how do they get away with this sort of behavior for somebody that is openly just horrible in your face? How do they get away with it? So keep in mind, people are different. Now, number one, a lot of people make excuses and enable and justify their bad behavior. It will go something like this. That's just John Doe, or that's just Janet. Just the way they are, yeah. And you're thinking, he just insulted you right in front of everybody, and she's just like that. So you have that set of people that they're enablers. They're the ones, most of the time they turn out to be flying monkeys, but we'll get to that at a later date. So anyway, then another group of people are usually the ones that are intimidated and afraid of them. It will play out like this. So, well, my partner told me, or my friend told me, let's do something that I really don't want to do. It's illegal or something, or just horrible. you would hear something like, I don't need the drama, I'll just do it so that she or he doesn't come to shout at me. I don't need the drama. You know, really, you on a good day, these people will never engage in such activities, whatever it is. I'm just saying, you know, they won't do it. But just because you really are afraid of this person, do you understand? And or intimidated by this person, maybe not afraid might be a bit of a strong word, but maybe intimidated by this person, you tend to just make excuses like, I don't need the drama, I'll just do it anyway. I don't want to go out, but I'll just go anyway. I don't want to do this, but I'll just do it. Just enabling them again. And some other people actually look at it like it's actually a strength. You know, oh, this so person can talk to people. They can just do whatever it is they want. They don't care about the law. They, you know, just enabling again. So you have people that would actually, you know, enable such behaviors. Anyway, so at the beginning of a relationship or a friendship, you know, what an overt narcissist will tend to do is love bomb you. That's the love bombing stage. So at that point, you're like, you're the trophy. You're the new toy on the shelf. So they tend to show you off and, oh, this person is so great. This person is so great. Keep in mind that most of the time, it's actually not even about you. It's about them. It's the trophy for them, you know. So at that point, they tend to flatter you a lot. Oh, she's perfect. She's this, she's that. I think how to identify a lot of this sort of people is most of the time they don't actually flatter anything profound about you as a person. What they tend to do is flatter your material things. So they say, oh, your car, oh my god, you live in an amazing mansion, oh wow, your wristwatch, oh your bag, your shoes. So it could be men or women. It depends. It doesn't really matter, you know. So they tend to flatter most of your material things is what they tend to actually focus on, as opposed to anything deeper about you. They don't see you. They see the trophy. They see the specimen for the minute, you know. So anyway, yeah. So like I said, they would usually use people as trophies, and oh yeah, that person something till it goes, you know, down the drain. So after being with an overt narcissist for maybe a few months, okay, so yes, then the bubble kind of bursts. The whole flattery and everything disappears, and you have to wonder, why is it a script they wrote for these people and they are all alike because they actually follow a particular pattern? Try to, you know, if you know anybody that fits into this, just focus on the pattern. It's always the same. They all use the same pattern, and that's the scary part of it. I mean, it's actually quite scary if you really think about it. People that actually behave like clones. It's crazy, you know. Anyway, excuse my French. So yeah, an overt narcissist after a while will start to devalue you. So at that point, they sometimes with explicit verbal abuse. Most of the time, they will use like shaming tactics, like oh, you're weak, you know, you're too sensitive, loser, failure. Sometimes it's not outright in your face like loser, failure. It would go something like oh, you know, I'm trying out this new business plan. I'm reading through this and I'm doing this. And you say, oh, you know, do you really think you should be doing that right now? I mean, the last one was such a failure. And the one before that. Oh, then the one before that. You know, so they would, and, you know, constant having to face people like that on a constant basis will start to chip into one's self-esteem. So I mean, that's the whole point. That's what they are trying to do. Break your mind, literally break you till nothing, you know. So okay, so anyway, so they start to use shaming tactics like that, like, oh yeah, failure, nobody wants you. So oh, after I leave, you don't think anybody will find you. Do you understand, so to speak? So anyway, they would an overt narcissist would openly triangulate, you know, like a triangle, a triad, so to speak. So what they would do is take you out, or man, woman, it doesn't matter again, flirt up a storm with anybody that can give them attention. So they will openly flirt in front of you and throw it in your face, and just stuff like that. And once you actually say, if you were not so insecure, then I don't see how that would be a problem. I'm just talking. I'm just, so it goes something like that. So anyway, if it's a woman, they would humiliate and emasculate the man. If it's a man, they will mostly dominate and just degrade the woman. For instance, I know someone, and she was like the really tall, modelly kind of person. And at this time, when she met this person, her partner, she was everything. She was everything. And a few months down the line, like a year down the line or something, 8 months to a year down the line, you get very comfortable in the relationship, and they weren't going out as much. Initially, it was a bit of a trophy thing. Yeah, we had to go for every party. So anyway, getting comfortable, being at home, blah, 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 it became a problem. He started to just chip at her self-esteem, like, oh, you don't dress up anymore. Oh, you added a pound. Oh, you did this. And constantly listening to that made this person actually start to believe that, like, oh, there's a problem. There's a problem. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to be perfect. I have to do this. I have to be that. And it just, it goes like that. And so many stories like that. So, really, a lot of young women should be aware of these things. Oh my God. I talk to so many young women, and how in the middle of the conversation, what happens is I'm almost dumbfounded. And I'm thinking, is this, but I tend to ask, like, this is your relationship, right? It's like, yeah. Okay, maybe like I'm the one, like maybe I'm like old school or something. Maybe it's like this is the new age way of having a relationship, but what? It never makes sense. It never makes sense. It's the terrible form of behaviors, and these people are just sitting there taking it like, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just, it's part of it. We're having a relationship. It's crazy. Anyway. So back to it. I'm keeping the video short. So they will constantly remind you of your mistakes, and most of the time they would actually do it openly. I'm talking about back to overt narcissism. So anyway, most of the time they'll do it openly because they need an audience, because they're trying to shame you. So they would say something, they'll talk about a mistake you made so that other people can join in and shame you as well. So that's the whole point. So the more people that can shame you, the better. They're very condescending, very cruel, very cruel. And most of the time, well, except it's actually like the overt narcissist. If you're talking about the covert ones, you're the only one that would know. Nobody else would know. No, in fact, nobody else would believe you. You're literally the only one that would know. So you can't even explain it to the next man because it's so hidden. It's usually behind closed doors. And these people are so perfect outside. On the road, they're the nicest. They're the best people. They do for their community. They take care of everything. They're perfect in front of everybody else except you. So you're like the victim. And a lot of people actually end up in like mental institutions over things like this. And it's horrible. So anyway, moving on, overt narcissists, they have zero respect for boundaries. When you set that boundary, they will bulldoze their way through it, just to prove that, who are you making boundaries against me? It doesn't work like that. I'm the boss of you, so to speak. Anyway, the smear campaign. Okay. So this is a must for narcissists. This is when they go around to your family and friends to kind of insinuate that you're crazy. So it goes something like, oh, lately he has been shouting at me, or she has been shouting at me. Oh, I think she's really depressed. Oh, but I think it's really deeper than that. I think there's something really wrong. she's never really done this sort of thing before. And I mean, the reason why this happens is because, I mean, most of the time you're the only one that is aware of their abuse. So by the time you then decide, okay, yeah, this thing has been a pattern, this person is not a human being, has no soul, literally, this person is this person is that, I need to talk to someone about it. They have gotten to the people you're going to talk to before you get there. So whatever you say is not valid. I mean, the few people that would actually trust what you're saying are the people that, know you so well, because they would have managed to convince everybody else. So what they need is always an audience. They need the gang up against you. So, the more people that can gang up against you, the merrier for the narcissist, literally. So anyway, and you catch them in an act, or you actually tell them, oh yeah, I saw that, or I heard you did this, and they can't get out of it. How do they apologize? They don't. They just don't. Because first of all, to apologize to someone, you have to know that you're wrong, right? They're not wrong. You have to be wrong, because they have this distorted, it's just so they don't apologize. They never do. And if you get an inkling of an apology, it goes something like this. Well, I did it because you did this and you did that and you did that and you did that, so you made me do it. You made me do it. I did it because you did that to me, so you made me do it. It's your fault. Yeah, so that's what you would get in place of an apology, yeah, most of the time. Anyway, an overt narcissist hoovers. I mean, think of a hoover, it just sucks out the dirt, doesn't it? Yeah, so anyway, with incessant calls, they need to contact you at that point. Maybe you're not even talking to the person, like you've literally had enough. So like you're trying to pull away, they bombard you. It's like, I call it the machine gun effect. It's like literally. So they bombard you with calls, with this one, your emails is going off, everything is going off, your pager, your this, everything is going off at this point. Oh, I miss you, I love you, I'm sorry, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. I miss you. Keep in mind, it means I miss my porn. Like my porn, I can kind of so anyway. So at this point, you're getting everything, the whole works, you're getting everything. And don't forget, what they actually do is they tend to mirror you a lot. So they study you, so they know things you like, things you don't like. So they work and play on that. So anyway, and then, sometimes just because you're human, you cave, and then you bring them back. Every time you do that, what happens is, during the hoovering, it mixes with love bombing, flattering you again, or how they're so lucky that you're there, you're the best, you're this, worshiping you basically. After a few months of that, they will flip and go right back to devaluation. It always happens. It happens every single time. Why? Because it was never about you. It was never. You were always the trophy. That's what it was about. It was about something, the status, the money, the body, whatever it is, they think is worth attaching to, So it was never really about you as a person. It was about all those things. Now, most of the time, what happens is they because you've done things with them and whatnot, they're probably in that circle already, so they don't need you anymore. They need a new toy. So that's it. Then the discard phase happened. But I mean, during this time, there's always the threat. They would always threaten either violence, and most of the time, the overt narcissists, they are more prone to physical abuse because they have an insane rage. Now, keep in mind, even I used to have a temper, like really, really bad, but not anymore. I mean, I'm saved now. So anyway, even I used to have a really bad temper, but theirs is not like that. But it's not every time, you don't. But once you catch them out in something, it's always some sort of demonic, insane rage. Everybody gets to that point maybe once in a while, But I mean, theirs is like off the radar. So anyway. So they're more prone to physical abuse, most of the time. So anyway, so they either threat violence or vandalism, I'm going to break your car, smash your windshield, break your TV, something. It has to be something, So anyway, thank you. I will end that there today. So, the next video will be about the covert narcissist. So please do like, share, and subscribe if you do resonate with this, or like on Instagram, on IGTV at Bethany Whispers. Thank you. Have a great week. Grazie. Bye.